Hi, it's me Justina from Investigative Selfism, and I'm filming this video in a way that really wasn't planned, but I feel like it's very needed, and it's on how to take care of ourselves when things are tough and when it seems that the light of humanity is maybe not shining so brightly. And I'll tell you why I'm filming this, and obviously then I'll give you some very, very simple, very actionable tips. But why I'm filming this, and I know, hey, the fourth season of my podcast and these videos is all about being real. And I have talked previously on this project about my background and what I do in addition to this, and that is that I am a political commentator. My academic background is in political science, and I focus a lot of my political work on Palestine for a decade now, actually, and I've talked about it in some other pieces, some other episodes here. Anyway, and it's been a very tough week this week, because of what has been happening in Israel and in Palestine. And even though the white European, sitting in her home now somewhere, I am not like the victim here, and it's I am not the story, of what's happening. But anyone who's following and anyone who's been involved with Palestine, if you're like doing political work, if you're like an activist, or just someone who's interested and who cares, probably you are affected in some way, right? And if you are, then this episode is for you. And it's also what I myself have, I've experienced this week. And I'm the one, right, on this project. I preach about the importance of, self-care and personal development and mental health, and I still do, right? And I've talked in my first episode of this season that yes, the personal and political for me, they're very closely connected. Not only in our values here and how we are here, and then that goes kind of upwards and onto this broader political level, but also have to take care of ourselves, well, to be able to do that work as well. So that that's the connection. And I have to say, and it's very embarrassing to admit, but I really I as someone who has this project, I failed. I failed in many respects. I really abandoned some practices, and it was not a great week in many respects. But that's why I feel like it's so important to talk about those important reminders, like why we have to keep something in mind now when those things might seem so unimportant. But so I have two pieces of advice for you, right? So one, please put conscious effort into keeping at least some of your self-care practices. So for example, for me last week, I abandoned proper workouts. I felt like I couldn't. Diet was weird. I shouldn't have been on my phone till 3 a.m. obviously in terms of my sleep. So I understand what went wrong there. But at least I still stretched every morning. I had a daily walk. Some walks are very short, but I was like, you should go outside. So natural light, right? So natural light, movement if it's available to you, right? Natural light. I take I take cold showers daily, and I kept that. I'm like, I can really keep that, and I need it obviously. So I kept that, and I was also reaching out to people, and this is something that I will talk about in a moment. But I want to say about these sort of keeping that small infrastructure of self-care practices. I think in a very practical way, what can we do, right? Choose some non-negotiables. Put it as a reminder on your phone, go for a walk, 15 minutes, right? Make it realistic. Don't say, oh, for 2 hours, I'm going to not look at things. No, just 15 minutes, right? That's fine. So maybe a walk, put on your calendar, a reminder on your phone, or maybe, a Google Calendar or something. It's create that infrastructure, create those reminders, actual reminders for yourself if you see that it's kind of, slipping, from you. So I would say just being very pragmatic, very practical about it. Okay, I know that I'm not doing well here. What's the system I can create for myself? Something very basic, so that I can commit. So that's another piece of sort of vague advice. And then the second part of what I wanted to say is connection, right? Connection, because we know that we suffer alone. We suffer more alone, right? And we know that we heal, just like we heal in community. We need that community, like every day. Obviously, we need that sense of connection for our mental health. I think COVID showed us how bad it can be when we don't have it. So now, especially when things are tough, either reach out to people, like ask for help, and we know that it's so tough sometimes to ask for help, and it's obviously such a brave thing to do. It's like really brave, right, to ask for help. But if that's not even available to you, if you just cannot, right, reach out to others. Yeah, because we always feel better when we're helping others. So maybe I'm feeling like crap, but like it's like, oh my goodness, I think more people are not feeling great, so I can reach out to them. I can ask them how they're doing. I can show my support. I can show my my care, and that will make me feel better as well. So that's something I think if you have that community, right, or it's available as well, and it's easy to forget sometimes, so all these things. So I hope that was useful. It's a very quick video, and it's not only for when things are tough because of Palestine, obviously, for other occasions, let's say, or everyday reminders, right? Like we need some self-care, practice us every day. But I think now I feel like it was a good time to record this. I might not have said anything shocking here. As I've said, reminders, yeah. And if not for you, if you think that there's someone who might benefit from this, please send them this video or this audio, or just tell them, like pass the information. It's not about my video, obviously. Please really check on your friends if you can, and show them that care and support that everyone always needs and wants. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. I'll see you later.